Welcome to another episode of the Marble Race. I'm back, and I had to resolve some problems with a couple of teams, but let's get this started. Here we have our four teams that are up for elimination, as well as our already eliminated teams, and only one of these teams above are gonna be in the Marble Race for one more time. Now, here we have our tiny track. It's pretty simple. It's not that big because we're preparing to make an even bigger track for next episode, so stay tuned. Alright, let's start this episode. In this episode, we received a total of 8 votes, double of what we would usually have in previous episodes. The first team safe are the Sub-Zero Icebergs, with a total of 2 votes. 2 votes in favor and 0 votes against them. Sub-Zero Icebergs are apparently a fan favorite, so I'm not really that surprised that they won this elimination, but yeah, that's great for them. Anyways, we have 3 teams remaining, 2 teams had a tie, and 1 team is going to be eliminated. One of the teams that tied are the Hyper Hummingbirds with 1 vote, which means 2 votes in favor and 1 vote against. This would mean that that one person who voted against the Hyper Hummingbirds would have voted for someone else. The Hyper Hummingbirds would also tied the Sub-Zero Icebergs. Anyway, Silent Orbs are the last team safe with 1 vote in favor, 0 votes against. That means that they're safe. Great. All this means that the Acidic Rampagers are eliminated with a total of -4 votes. That means 4 people voted against the Acidic Rampagers so that they could get 10th place. Alright, let's just head on to our rejoin. One thing you should know is that the Lava Gushes are the most hated team, and it's evident here because they got -3 votes. 3 votes against them, 0 votes in favor, which makes sense. Anyways, the Colossal Squids and the Mountain Cats tied with -2 votes. Colossal Squids, 1 in favor, 3 against, and Mountain Cats, 2 against. Currently, we're just removing the unimportant teams. Fast Finds are disqualified from rejoining with -1 vote, 1 in favor, 2 against. I really don't know if it's negative, positive, plural, I don't know. Anyways, the neutral ones, Julian Warblers with 0 votes, 1 in favor, and 1 against. The next team with 0 votes are the Sneaky Foxes, 2 in favor and 2 against. And finally, the last team with 0 votes are the Lurking Piranhas, 0 votes, 1 in favor, and 1 against. This means that these 3 teams tied to qualify into the Marble Race again. But enough of that, let's get to our tiebreaker round 1. The loser of these teams, this match, is gonna be disqualified from rejoining. So a knockoff round, I guess you could say. Alright, here we go. 3 teams, down they go. And the loser is the Oceanic Tridents with 3 votes. Since it's a tie, they all got the same 3 votes. So they're out. Alright, time for round 2. Bengal Tigers versus the Supernovas, and they are off. The Bengal Tigers lose. This means that they're disqualified from re-entering the Marble Race, and the Supernovas rejoin with a total of 3 votes. So congrats to the Supernovas for accomplishing this pretty amazing feat. Now, if I were you, I would probably want to know the new placement. So worry no more, here is the new placement. In 10th place, we have the Acidic Rampager. 11th place, the Cerulean Warbler. 12th place, the Spearmint Surge. 13th place, the Lurking Piranha. 14th place, the Mountain Cat. 15th place, the Oceanic Trident. The 16th place, Colossal Squid. 17th place, Vast Vine. 18th place, Sneaky Fox. 19th place, Powerful Penguin. 20th place, the Bengal Tiger. And finally, 21st place, the Lava Gush. Yeah, it's complicated trying to say that. Say that fast, like 20 times. because that's how many times it took me to say that. Yeah. Anyways, let's just get started to our rounds. Just a quick insight, the gliding swordfish won immunity this episode because last episode they won the tournament that we hosted. So, congrats to them for winning immunity. Although, is it worth it? Alright, time for our free-for-all. All the marbles are going in to decide which team is going to go against which team. First and last, as always, folks. And here you have them. The teams. How interesting. And the Skyline Dart, too. Excited to jump off. Now, if it weren't for all the lag, this would be way easier, but let's just choose our teams. Skyline Darts are gonna be going up against the Sub-Zero Icebergs in this episode. The next teams that are gonna be up against each other are the Golden Drifters and the Hyper Hummingbird. The next pair up is the Starry Nights versus the Shining Suns. Finally, this means that the Silent Orbs and the Supernovas are gonna be matching up this episode. Quick explanation, the losers of this episode, of this bracket, are gonna be set for elimination this episode. Now, we're gonna be doing some sort of consolation points, not consolation points, but credit points towards the winners of this tournament. And I'll explain it once we get to that point. Anyways, let's just get started with our first round. Sub-Zero Icebergs versus the Skyline Darts. They are off. And it's the Skyline Darts who beat the Sub-Zero Icebergs. The Sub-Zero Icebergs are up for elimination. Alright, here's the bracket. Skyline Darts are advancing to our credit points round. And let's just move on to the Supernovas versus the Silent Orbs. And off they go. That was a very close one. I really couldn't decipher, but the Supernovas are the winners of this round. Bracket, Silent Orbs are going to be up for elimination. Alright, let's just move on to the Shining Suns versus the Starry Nights. What an interesting matchup. The two fan favorites. But, as you can see here, Starry Nights just beat the Shining Suns. Shining Suns are going to be up for elimination. Starry Nights are moving on to the credit round. Alright, moving on. The Hyper Hummingbirds versus the Golden Drifters last round, and they are off. The winner are the Hyper Hummingbirds. The losers are the Golden Drifters in this pretty epic round. Hyper Hummingbirds are advancing to the credit round. Alright, let's move on. Skyline Darts versus the Supernovas, and off they go. Ooh, what a great switch from the Supernovas. That means they're going up for the first place round for the credit points. Alright, time to move on to the Starry Night versus the Hyper Hummingbirds round, and here we go. This is going to decide who's going to go up for the first place round, and it's the Hyper Hummingbirds. Just barely inch out the Starry Nights. Starry Nights are moving to the third place round. The C points you win from this tournament thing can be used in your favor when we do an elimination, like a vote in favor. Alright, Skyline Darts versus Starry Nights for third place, 1 C point, and it's the Starry Nights who win the C point. This is very beneficial for them, although I doubt they would really make use of it. Hyper Hummingbirds versus the Supernovas, and off they go. For first place, it's the Supernova. Supernovas get 3 C points, Hyper Hummingbirds get 2, which is not all that bad. So, you can now vote in favor or against of one of these teams, the Sub-Zero Icebergs, Silent Orbs, Shining Suns, or the Golden Drifters. The link is in the description down below. The team with the most RTV is going to be safe. The team with the least RTV is going to be eliminated. So, yeah, overall, that's it. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll see you in the next episode of the Marble Race.